So I can't help but notice, Gary, you've slipped the old gigs on there. That normally means that we're about to get into something highly technical. So what's technical about this now?
Well, we've got our EV charging point installed,
Yep.
We've commissioned it, it's ready to start charging. However, connectivity is always important. Can we use an app? Can we get some additional features?
Yep.
And we can with the Zappi 2 by just simply installing the hub. Okay, so we've got one of those. So this will be hardwired into your internet connection
Yep.
and use radio frequency in order to communicate with your Zappi 2 charging point.
Fantastic. And of course, myenergi have developed an app for this as well, so that you can monitor how much power you're using,
Yep.
what's going into the car, what's coming from your solar panels if you've got it, and you can see all the information that the Zappi 2 is processing can all be displayed remotely on your app. So I think what we do is we head inside, we'll get this hooked up to our router, and then we'll see how we get this to link to this and start speaking to each other. So we've had the pleasure of coming inside out of the cold now, Gaz, and what we're going to look at is how do we connect our Zappi to the internet via the hub. So if you could just show us how this all connects together for us.
Yeah, we're going to need an Ethernet cable first. It says in the instructions to connect this before the power supply. I'm just going to follow the instructions through. I don't know if that's actually crucial, but I'm going to connect it in the order it requires online in the fact sheet. So if I undo that, I'll connect it to the back. Like so. Okay, so internet connectivity first. So I've connected that to our router first before connecting the power supply. So second, connect to the power supply. The power supply requires you to have the appropriate plug adapter. So we've got the 3-pin plug adapter in order that we can clip that into position like so. And then we're ready to insert that into the power supply and connect it then to the actual hub itself.
So we'll plug that into the power supply, Gaz, and then if you can hook that into the back of the hub for us.
Okay, and we've now energized. We've got a green and a blue light.
So we've got the hub powered up, the power light is green. So now, Gary, we're going to go to myenergi.com/new hub, and that's going to help us to do this pairing process. If we scroll down to the bottom of that web page, we've got the instructions for the Zappi version 2. So we've got the hub plugged in, the power light is green, and if we now put the hub into pairing mode by briefly pressing the pair button. So then what we should find out is we've got a red flashing power LED, and the LED marked Harvey/channel 1 should be blue. And as you can see there, that is the case. We're obviously not connecting a Harvey at this point in the program, so it's more interested in showing that channel 1 is illuminated at this point. So don't be surprised if that Harvey light comes on. That's just showing that we're in pairing mode on channel 1. So now what we'll do is we'll head out to the Zappi so that we can pair the Zappi to our hub. Okay then, so with the hub in pairing mode, what we're now going to do is go into our menu on the Zappi 2. We're going to head down to other settings, we're going to select that, and then we're going to get real by going into the advanced settings. Now normally we'd enter a passcode here to enter the advanced settings, but the Zappi 2 remembers that we were in here just a moment ago, so it's not asked for that for the moment. If we then go down to linked devices, and then we want to select pairing mode, and that'll take us into a list of things that we can pair up. So here you can see it's got the hub assigned there. So now we've got that selected, just press the plus button, and that will then start to update and connect the hub. So now we've got the hub connected to the Zappi 2. We can come out of there, and if we go into the devices menu, you can see that it's listed there, ready for action. So we'll now be able to communicate to the internet from the Zappi via the hub. A really handy thing to do once you've got your Zappi 2 connected to the internet is go into your menu, scroll down to other settings, and then if you go into the time and date settings, what you can do, if you scroll down here to where it says update from cloud and change that from off to on, what that will do now is it will keep the time and date on the Zappi 2 charger updated via the internet, which means you don't need to worry about adjusting the time on your Zappi 2 charger to account for daylight saving hours and things like that. So now we're connected to the internet via our hub, it's time to think about installing the app. Now I'm going to show you how to install the app for an Android phone. Similar principles for an Apple product, you'll just go to the App Store. So I'm going to go to the Google Play Store at this point. And once I'm on there, I'm going to search for myenergi. Now that's myenergi with an I at the end, stands for intelligent. And once we find the myenergi app, just click the install button. Now that will start to install the app. And it's quite a small app, so it shouldn't take too long to install. That'll just fill up there. And once it's installed, click the open button, which takes us to this page. Now on this page, we read that no hubs are configured yet. So we're going to tap the little plus sign, and that will allow us to add our first hub. We've not connected this hub before, so we're registering a new hub. So we'll click that one. And that takes us to this page where we need to find the serial number of the hub. Now you'll find the serial number if you flip your hub upside down. There's an 8-digit code printed there. So we'll just pop that into the phone. Once we've got the serial code inputted, we go to the next screen, and that asks us to find the registration code of the hub. Now you'll find that if you go to your Zappi, press the menu button, and then scroll down to the information option, and then go into that menu. And then if you scroll down just one page, you'll find there the hub registration code. So we take that code and we're going to use that into our app in order to register the Zappi. Now on this screen, we need to set up a password. So the password that I think I'm going to use here is Happy Zappi, because that's how it makes me feel. And so we type in Happy Zappi as our password. And then we just need to confirm that. So we'll type that in again. Having clicked the next button, that brings us to the hub name page. So I'm going to call my hub Shay Joey, because that's where we've got it installed. And then once we've typed that in, press the next button again. And that brings us to this page where we've got all the information. Just to confirm that that is correct, then we click the next button. And that brings us to the home page of our app. And you can see here that this is rather beautiful because it tells us how much power the house is using. We can see that we've got 0.1 kilowatts. And it also shows us where that's coming from. So in this case, it's all coming from the grid because we've got no solar panels installed yet. And we can see that we've not got the EV connected, so there's no power being diverted into that at all. So that's an overview of how we install the app and set that up so it's ready for the customer to be able to monitor their power use. So let's just summarize the 3 commissioning videos that we've seen. In the first video, we saw an overview of the front screen that features on the Zappi 2 charging unit, and we saw the information that it contains. That's obviously information that would really need passing on to the customer so that they know how to translate the information that the Zappi 2 is giving to them. We then moved on to look at the testing procedure, particularly focusing on the RCD testing procedure, as that's something that may be a little bit new if you've not done much EV charging installation before, and the importance of having the EV car adapter to make sure that you can put it to the right settings for testing. We then moved on to commissioning the Zappi itself and had a look at some of the common settings that we might need to change on setup, and again, tweak those according to the customer's requirements and the information that they need presenting to them. We then saw how to connect the Zappi and the hub together, connecting the hub to the internet router inside the property, and then connecting the Zappi to the hub wirelessly. And of course, that's really important because when we then came to install the app, if we've got our hub correctly installed and connected up to our Zappi, then we can use the app not only to monitor what the Zappi is doing at any given moment, but also we can control it from there as well. So all that remains in this video is to say, thank you very much for watching.